Hey guys, it's Erica, and today's topic is very important that we're going to be discussing, and it is the subject of grow lights. So pretty much, how do you choose what grow light to use for your plants? Before, I used to not be very knowledgeable on this topic. I was very confused on how to choose a grow light. I only knew how to buy grow lights if the light said that it was specifically a grow light, which is not the case at all. You can buy a light that does not specifically say it's a grow light and it could work fine for your plant. So regardless, if you want a strip light, if you want a light bulb that you can screw into your lamp, this video should help you understand how to choose the light bulb that you need. If you guys enjoy the video, find it helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be talking about other plant related things in future videos and I would love to have you back. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that confused me about grow lights is that there were two main options from what I could tell, and those are compact fluorescent light bulbs or LED light bulbs. And I didn't really know which one to choose, and honestly it doesn't matter, it's more of a personal preference. With LED lights, they are very energy efficient and they stay cooler than compact fluorescent lights do. So for example, if you have your plant really close to your light bulb for reasons that we will discuss later on in the video, your plant's not gonna get too hot, it's not gonna get burned as maybe it would with a compact fluorescent light having it too close to the plant. It might burn your plant, it might get a little bit too hot for your plant. LED light bulbs are a lot more hardy than a CFL. So if you accidentally break a CFL, it can release some gases that could be potentially harmful to you. So there's just that to keep in mind if you're a little bit clumsy like I am, because I've already broken a light bulb. Essentially, choosing between a CFL or an LED is not the biggest issue that you're going to be facing. Just choose one and then you could move on with your life. It's not really that big of a deal. But what is more of an important factor in getting a light bulb is that you need to make sure it is in the right color temperature range. So you might have seen that there are some grow lights that are specifically labeled grow lights and they emit a purple light. I actually have one right here. So as you can see, that light is very purple, and the reason that it's purple is because it uses red and blue lights. But as you know, the sun doesn't just focus on red and blue light. It has the whole entire color spectrum, which is how we have white light. If you have the entire daylight wavelength spectrum, you have every color of light. So this is why you're able to choose between a white light or a purple light. I'm not sure if one of them is specifically better for plants than the other. In my opinion, this is kind of just personal preference also. So you can choose to have a purple light or you can choose to have the daylight spectrum. I think most of us would choose the daylight spectrum because the purple light is kind of off-putting and it's really bright and kind of not too easy on the eyes. Anyways, after all that, if you want the white light, you need to go for the 6300 to the 6500 Kelvin color temperature. So this could be labeled as full spectrum, it could be daylight, 6300K to 6500K. That is the best kind of little window to choose from. If you can get 7000K, that would also be really good. The ones that I chose are 6500K, which I think is very good. So the second most important thing, in my opinion, is the lumens that your bulb is going to be emitting. So essentially what lumens measures is how bright your light is or how powerful it is. So the less lumens that your light bulb has, the closer you need to keep it to your plant in order for it to be effective. So if you have a really powerful light, you can keep that light farther away from your plant and it will still have the same effect of having a really low power light and keeping it really close to the plant. So this is kind of where it becomes a problem if you have a light bulb that gets too hot, because if it's not a very powerful bulb and you need to keep it very close to your plant, it could burn your plant. So this is why I prefer LED lights, because I don't buy the highest lumen possible. My lights are around 1500 lumen and I keep them pretty close to the plants and they don't get burned. I think that they're really happy with that. I keep them like 4 inches away from the plants. If I had a higher lumen, then I could probably keep the light bulbs farther away from the plants, but I don't, so that is why I keep my plants so close to the light, because it is a low lumen. I think around 1800 lumens is very okay. What I would suggest is that when you get your light bulb, kind of test out, keep watch on your plants, make sure they're not getting burned, make sure they are getting enough light, you don't notice any stretching or anything like that, and that is a for sure way to tell if your light is okay. I know that, hold on. So I know that some meters they can measure the moisture level, the light level, and the pH level. I actually, prior to this video, just to see how bright the light was that my grow lights emitted, I don't know if this actually works because it did not raise at all. It said that it was dark, really close to the light. So I don't know how effective these things are for grow lights, but in the sunlight they seem to work. So I don't know about that. But I've had this purple grow light and it has really been beneficial to my plants. They're super happy with it. I'll link the lights that I have down below. So after finding out all this stuff, that was the first light I bought. It said it was a grow light, that's why I bought it. It came out purple. I wasn't really happy with that, and that's what led me to do this research to buy the best light that I would like, with white colored. So this is the next light that I bought, and it says here that it is a T8 LED tube light, and it is 2 feet long, and the color of this light is 6000 to 6500 Kelvin, which is really good. This is what your plants want. Also, it is 1680 lumens, which is also pretty good, I think, for my plants. So I've been really liking these lights. Strip lights are really good to put on top of a shelf like I have here. Maybe if you even want to line it on your walls. And then I also bought another light bulb off of Amazon, and that one produces 1400 lumens, and the color temperature is 6500 Kelvin. So I literally just bought a light bulb off of Amazon. I screwed it into a regular lamp and I keep a little bit of plants around it. Another thing to keep in mind, that depending on what you use for your light, so for example, if you get a lamp and it directs the light, if you have something directing your light, the light is going to be more effective because it's not being diffused. So it's going to be directed toward that plant and most of the energy is going to go to the plant. On the other hand, if you have a kind of strip light like this and it's not being directed at all, it's just being diffused at all areas, this one is not going to be as effective at the same distance from the plant. So hopefully I explained that well, but that is another thing to keep in mind, which is why I keep this closer to my plant than I do my light bulb with my lamp. So with those two things, with the color temperature being 6300 to 6500 Kelvin and your lumens being around 1800, those two things that I think are the most important factors in deciding which light bulb to buy. It does not matter what brand or anything like that. You just need to make sure that those two things are there. Literally what I did is I just typed in those things. I typed in LED 6500K and 1800 lumen, and then something will pop up and you can choose from any of those. I typed mine in as strip lights because I really wanted strip lights for my little setup here. Those are the main things that you need to make sure you have in your light bulb. So then you don't need to be specifically searching for grow lights and maybe accidentally get one that has purple lights. Another thing you might want to take into consideration is watts. So watts essentially is how much power your light bulb is using. When I was buying my grow lights, I didn't really look at the watts too much. That one is more of a price thing. It doesn't have anything to do with the effect on your plant. So that just might be something you want to keep in mind. But other than that, that is it for today's video. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Hopefully you learned a little bit. If you have anything that you want to add that could be helpful to other people on how to choose a grow light, that would be great. I'm gonna have my grow lights linked in the description box down below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!